The Grinch Who Stole Patch Notes. Every Dota Who down in Dota 2ville liked patch notes a lot, but the Grinch on the summit most certainly did not. The Grinch hated patch notes. The Summit 4 was in season. He feared they'd stopped watching. Now that was his reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right, or perhaps it was that losing streak on Keeper of the Light, but I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Whatever the reason, his head or the losses, he hated to hear all the new patch notes gossip. He stared down from his cave with a sour Grinch frown at the LED monitors of the Dota Who's in town, for he knew the Dota Who's and the Dota 2ville press were staring at that website and mashing refresh.
And when they're out, they'll all be talking,
he snarled with a sneer.
And none watching the tourney once the patch notes are here.
Then he growled, with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming.
I must find some way to stop patch notes from coming.
For tomorrow he knew all the Dota Who girls and boys would be gathered at Reddit, exclaiming excitement and joys. And the more the Grinch thought of the Dota Who's patch oozings, the more the Grinch thought,
I must stop all their musings. Why, for so many years, I've put up with it now. I must stop these patch notes from coming. But how?
Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful, Grinchy idea.
I know just what to do.
The Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Gabony hat and coat. And he chuckled and clucked with a great Grinchy fuel.
With this coat and this hat, I look just like Gabe Newell.
Then he headed to Dota 2ville with muttering prattle, and regarded how much this town looked like Seattle.
This is stop number 1.
The old Grinchy Gabe hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slipped down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could this Grinch. Upon his arrival, he was shocked and in awe at what Valve had planned and what he saw. An amphibious man, who looked rather chilly, shaking his head at the Grinch, he asked, Really?
I'm here to save my tourney.
The Grinch proclaimed with a shout.
I'm here to stop those patch notes from ever coming out.
But I'm giving them what they want. Cheering holiday blues? We've got a lot of changes, and Arcana for Zeus. And a new hero, he proclaimed. So I beg your pardon, but I think they deserve to know about Arc Warden.
But what about the summit?
The Grinch then retorted.
If this were a pub, it's you who'd get reported.
The chilly amphibian thought long and hard, and what he said next hit the Grinch's tiny heart.
I want them to feel renewed love for the game, but to harm the summit indeed would be a shame. I'll make you a deal, my fine Grinchy friend. I'll wait till the summit has come to an end.
What wonderful news!
The Grinch then proclaimed.
To think when I saw you, you almost got maimed.
The amphibian looked puzzled, but then they both shared a soda.
Well, it's a season of giving, but also good Dota.
Happy holidays, everyone!
Hey everybody, welcome to another Christmas edition of Defense of the Patients.
What?
I'm Cyphus, I'm sitting here with Roland.
Hello, hello, hello.
And as is the Christmas tradition, the Grand Wazoo.
I thought it feels like it should flash like $3,900 for a new car, like a used car or something.
I'd pay $3,900 if you talk
music.
into your mic, dude. Okay. I would pay $3,900
Who is
if you
that payable to?
to you if you would just talk into that thing.
So
But
yeah.
What's up, Wazoo?
How's it going?
I'm glad you're here.
Thanks for having me on Christmas.
It feels right. Yeah, after last
Absolutely.
year, you know, I think this has got to be
Maybe
the
we should
tradition.
re-release the old Christmas episode as well.
Well, we'll do that on Saturday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We were going to do it Wednesday because we almost didn't have a Wednesday show. But then we did manage to, and they eviscerated those 6.86 patch notes.
They went 5 hours. So what happened when recording with them is I was getting really, really nervous around 4 hours and 20 minutes. That it was just something was going to fuck up, and I can't save as it goes. It's stupid. They have to stop recording, and then I save the recording. And so I stopped them, and I was like, hey, this is really long. I just want to save this. Sorry, I'm not trying to stop your mojo. Let's start right back in. You were talking about this. This is what's going. And not 5 minutes, not 10 minutes later, did it crash, and they lost 5 or 10 minutes of content.
Ooh.
So they did more than was actually put on there. And I just found a place, and then I started a new file because that file had reached its limit size. And they went for about another hour and 20 minutes. And
Wow.
Then I put them both together, and then I tried to put the first one on it, which would have been somewhere around 8 hours and 53 minutes. Is what on 6.86 is what Korean barbecue at least was the champion at first place on all 8 hours. And
that's the most
40
recording anybody's ever done on the show.
In one piece, in one sitting, way more than I've ever done.
It's an epic of podcasting. It's
It
like
really was.
Ben-Hur.
I called him a warlord. I said you are a true warlord. We've had Sundays where it's like, okay, we've got to record this, and then this, and then this, and these people are recording, and these people are recording. But never have I just, I'm going to hold it in because I need to piss so fucking bad, and like my voice is going hoarse, but we're going to sit here and talk for 4 hours without getting out of their seats. And when I did pause, they were like, okay, I got to go to the bathroom. All right, I'll be right back. And like they just like jet went to the bathroom. Like they sat there for 4 hours and 20 minutes without getting up, eviscerating that fucking patch.
So that is an episode for those of you out there who are tuning in for the Dota 2 action on .p. That's
Check
not
out
an
the
episode
Wednesday
for the
show.
faint of heart.
No, but if you're at work and you want to try and digest everything about 6.86, listen to the first part 1 and part 2, where they really part 1 is before the patch has come out, so they're just reading the notes. They haven't played any games or anything like that.
And then part 2, they go through and have a little more experience.
And then they
have
know a little more.
applicability as well. I listened to about half of it, and it was like, oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, you get to the point where you're like, I have to just go do other things. Like, but hopefully, it saves right where you stopped it.
It's like Moby Dick or something.
And you can put it right back on.
Yeah.
And maybe you're struggling with a pub, and you know you have work tomorrow, and you're like, that was so lame. And you skip, and you find the M's. Because you want to know what they have to say about Magnus.
Sure.
And is he overpowered? What's wrong with him? You know what I mean? It's like an encyclopedic knowledge that it just was really cool.
Yeah.
Little encyclopedia.
Well, I enjoyed listening to them record it while we were playing Dota. Nice.
I listened to the entire thing. I listened to all. I was sitting right next to the recorder for all 8 hours, and probably like with the Lost stuff, like probably 9 hours.
We should get somebody to stream a Dota 2 run. One of the other co-hosts.
Yeah,
and have them stream it and play it through the background, through its entirety, part 1 and 2,
and just play like the hero, or try and play.
You couldn't really time it like that, but
then it would be like 50 million years long if you did like, I'm gonna listen to A and then play A.
Yeah,
I'm gonna listen to B and then play B.
Speaking of the patch notes, we got to address LD being a guest on the opening sketch,
being such a fucking good sport. Like, I mean, we're like, hey, we got this idea. I think it'd be really funny if we called you the Grinch and you stole the patch notes. And he's like, yeah, I'll record it on Christmas Eve with you guys. And it's like, all right, sounds good.
Yeah, that busy time of year, and he was willing to give us 20 minutes, and it was well worth it.
We did some read-throughs, which were fun. He's like, do you want me to do the Grinch voice? And we're like, absolutely. Absolutely do that Grinch voice, dude. That is awesome. So it was fun. And then I was already gonna foil your plan. The narrator was really awesome on that one, dude. I'm sorry.
Well, it's very clear that Wazoo was the narrator.
Yeah, I think it was.
There's another person we're hiding though, of who did what voice on where.
Yes.
And you'll just have to listen to it to find out.
And tweet in your guesses on who that other voice may be.
Tweet directly to Roland, but tweet hashtag fuck you, Roland.
But yeah, I can't say enough nice things about LD. It was awesome.
He's just a cool dude.
And I like people who are willing to like be part of the joke.
Yeah, no, that was the whole point. It was like. It was cool because I mean I was talking to him throughout the entire idea, and he's like, sounds good. Like, definitely, like, let's do it. And then
you were
came to fruition.
you were like kind of a girl before prom before he got back to you. You were like, oh, is he gonna get back? And then he did, and you were just like, yes.
Well, it was a little because we had this idea planned out, and I mean, he's a busy dude, but we used the different means to get a hold of him. Of course, we used our secret black telephone that goes straight to
We called him on the red
LD.
phone at the summer house.
Yeah. We only
It's a
used,
red telephone.
They told us we got one phone call.
Yeah, we got one phone call.
It's a glass display, and it only has one button. When you lift it up, you just hit it.
And the phone has like a Mission Impossible, like, will explode in 5, 4, 3, 2.
That's your last chance. That's the last time you get to do it.
Yeah, you get one.
So we used the thing with LD for a Christmas present for all of you.
And it's a nice shout out to the community. It's a nice shout out to all you that listen to DotP.
And another big guest does show up in that, so check it out.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's the real deal.
It's you guys that keep us spitting into these microphones, man.
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
So,
is this like a Channing Tatum movie?
It's 23 Jump Street, dude.
So, what should we get into here on the Christmas episode?
I just love being here with you guys. So, like, let's start with a Christmas Carol. Hunting There's something like I don't know. We could sing together. We have like. I see it 40 minutes where we can just riff and be friends together once again on
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care to talk about anything. Let's just pause and have just complete silence for a little while.
Bad pause.
And let's just hang out with each other.
Let's leave it going while we all run and go play a game with Dota.
We'll release that. Yeah.
We'll capture the
it would be
spirit
like
of our
John
friendship.
Cage or an avant-garde like composer. It's like plays Dota. It's like the hour-long meta podcast.
It's true, but I think we'll get into Thankful Fours. We'll get into. Do you do that on Christmas?
No, probably not.
Oh.
We'll just send out good wishes to everybody.
Last year I gave out a bunch of Christmas presents. Maybe I'll give out some more. And
when did you do that? I don't remember that.
I gave Easy a bunch of microphones. I gave away a $20 Steam card. Maybe we'll.
All your giveaways are like a guy driving by in a car throwing money out a window. It's like sets for everybody until they run out. And then
no, people won't take them anymore. That's how bad the market is. People just don't want my free sets.
Oh no, I was looking through.
Don't have money for an inventory expander or something like that.
Yeah.
My sets is really depressing because I have so many of those from the fall compendium.
Yeah. It's like I'm like
all those coin sets.
I could recycle, but I get the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like I got it all.
I'm not. There's nothing I'm super envious over, with the exception of like, it'd be sweet to be that support, seeing as I have been playing more support lately and trying to direct games.
Yeah.
Trying to just like work with. Like, I don't know, like Jane Fonda? Is that the ape one?
Jane Goodall.
Jane Goodall. Jane Goodall. Kind of like walking amongst the apes.
I don't think she tried to
I want to learn to
apes.
live among them. That's why I play so much solo queue.
She was an anthropologist. She wanted to learn.
Yeah, and I learned about them, and I know how to communicate with them now.
That's like PPD.
And sometimes it is kind of like the sketch with the Chewbacca's, where I'm just like and ping 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 and they just come.
Chewbacca was metaphor for any rager. Really.
I know, of course, there was a ton of metaphor.
Or
in
it
that.
wasn't a metaphor; it was a metaphor.
A metaphor.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing for Christmas tomorrow?
What have I already done for Christmas is the real thing that should be talked about. Okay. Me and the old Wazoo over there were like, we should go get some chicken. There's a place that sells the most delicious. They fucking cook it with sugar, the chicken, and believe it or not, it's a delicious taste.
Don't ask about their politics.
Yeah, don't ask about their politics.
And just go get chicken. Is all I have to say.
Eat more chicken, and we did. I ordered a 30 count along with 2 sandwiches and a fry and a drink.
He's such a son of a bitch. Because I owed him some money, and he's like, buy me a 30 count of chicken nuggets.
That's how you can pay me back.
That's how you can pay me back. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But as I'm buying them, he leans over.
I got to watch it, dude.
He leans over, and he says, Jesus, buying 30 nuggets for yourself? Like, what are you doing?
And the girl looked up at Andrew and was like, ooh, and then
like,
looked right down.
I'm just like, I'm paying him back.
I got him good, and I got him again when I bought my own 30 count. I said, I'm glad I was able to pay you back with 30 chicken nuggets, you sick fuck.
Sick fuck? Like, what the?
But it's really me that's eating most of them. And then I bring like 15 home so I can eat them later. They're little nuggets. They're not like a big nugget.
Small nuggets.
They're a nugget.
Don't
Okay?
justify the nuggets.
You have spent so long talking about these nuggets. By the way.
Well,
You
they're
should
great.
never eat 30 of anything.
Who cares?
Anything.
You should never eat 30 of anything.
What about Little Smokies?
What about granules of salt, bro?
Well, I'm about to make you eat some, dude.
Whatever that fucking means. Whatever the fuck that means.
Oh God.
Like eat some dirt. I don't know.
So how does that relate to Christmas?
Oh, okay. I'm back to my story. Okay, so we get some fucking delicious chicken, and I load up hardcore, right?
Right.
I ate a ton, and I go into coma mode, right? Where it's like,
Like
all
you
right,
do.
shutting down.
Low power mode.
Low power mode.
R2D2 mode.
Low
Yeah.
power mode, and I pass out, and it's like 5:30, and I know I have to wake up at 7 a.m. the next morning to go to some breakfast with some family because I'm married into it. Okay, it was actually an okay time. And so I put on a movie on HBO Go at like 5:30. I'm like, I watch the whole movie. It's 7:30, right? I fall asleep right after that movie, and then I wake up and it's like 5:36. Okay, I'll be good. I'll be well rested. It'll be great. No, I fell asleep at 5:30 the second I turned that movie on, and woke up at 11:30. And it was like, you're awake. Hey, how's it going, dude? Because you're totally awake and you're not getting back to sleep. For definitely not. And so I stayed up from 11:30 to 7 a.m. playing Dota. It got down to the point where it was 5:30, okay? And I was like, ooh, that's cutting it close if I play another game. Because then it's going to be 6:30.
I'm surprised it wasn't like where I
And
feel like
this
that
is
story
AM,
should
of course.
where I feel like that story should go is at 5:30 a.m. you were contemplating going back to sleep.
No, not going back to sleep.
Not whether or not you had one more game of Dota.
I wasn't contemplating going back to sleep. I said if I play one more game of Dota, maybe I won't have time to get ready to get in the car to drive an hour to go to this thing that I married into. I didn't want to
not
risk
bitter
it.
about it at all.
Not bit. It was actually a good time. No, it actually was.
Yeah.
You make it sound like someone traded cows and the chicken or something for your hand in marriage, and now you're just like bound.
There was a dowry for sure. There was a dowry. No, there was no dowry. Anyway, so
is your MMR up through those Insomniac streaks?
I don't know. I'd have to have it pulled up. I played a bunch of Arc Warden. There was a disaster
probably
game where I dropped 2 Divine Rapiers.
Wow.
Was your team swearing at you and shit?
No, they were saying report wind ranger because we really did have a bad wind ranger, and it came down to the point where I had to fight. Usually the self does not fight. The self is Zet, and the Zet is self, and you send your double to fight.
It's very Bruce Lee.
And this time I had to send my double and me to have 2 magnetic fields, so we had 100% evasion up our whole high ground. And I just happened to die.
Did you drop double rapiers because they killed the self and you? Because they killed your duplicate?
They killed the duplicate. No, the duplicate doesn't drop divine rapiers. Only
Okay.
the self drops divine rapiers.
Okay.
So
That's
the
why you
self had
build.
2.
That's why you build divine rapiers, because you make a copy of yourself that has divine rapiers, and you send him around, and he blasts down towers. He blasts down people.
Right.
It's badass, and that's why you never fight with the self. You only fight with the which is also the self. The double's the self.
Right.
It's really
Yeah.
confusing.
I
Is
think
there
I follow
Is there
that.
an Ags for Arc?
No.
Oh.
No. They're only items for Arc Warden
What
and
if it
some
created
spells that
2
do
cop-
things.
2
What?
copies?
What?
What if it created 2 copies with an Ags?
You can get a refresher orb and you can have 3. So I could have been I can have 3 with 6 necro units easily. I don't do the refresher orb because it's not necessary. And it's only once every 180 seconds, right? So it's only once every 3 minutes I get 20 seconds extra. But it's the necro that counts, right?
But you're very into new heroes when they come out.
I'm just into figuring out the game.
I study them.
Oh yeah, I studied Arc Warden, and still am studying Arc Warden. And I had some really. I had a game where I went 8-0-10. I had an 18k AD with 2 divine rapiers at the end of the game because I didn't have to get into a position where I had to fight with my main hero.
He just
That I
goes
was
and,
good
like,
enough
throws
to fight with my
snowballs.
double.
He throws like snowballs and they just do so much damage.
Well,
He's a crazy pusher.
It's crazy. You buy upgraded boots of travel, and I send my duplicate on a fight on top of the person, like maybe that's in back, or on top of the person that's getting initiated on, and then I throw a magnetic field on top of both of us, and then I'm hitting them with the Mask of Madness
he
and 2
becomes
divine rapiers.
oddly like a Meepo in a way because he
It's-
copies items and you can port 2 Necro.
Meepo
units.
only copies boots.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only thing Meepo copies.
But still, you have that. He's like Hyper Meepo or something.
yes,
You can play him that way
he's super fun.
with less risk or something.
He's my favorite hero in Dota for sure. I like Arc Warden.
Not me.
That's a bold
Definitely
statement.
I realized
Already?
he was my favorite hero. Yeah, definitely.
You're in love with the new car smell, dude.
I've played every
Just like
hero.
your
a
Techies
number of
run.
times.
Yeah.
I've played every hero
Except Oracle.
4 times.
Turkeys is the best
Or
hero.
I've played every hero
No, I'm
4
just saying
times.
you never really had your Oracle like
I'm 4-0 with Oracle.
It's time to specialize.
Oracle's 100% But the thing is, I was just like, he needs a Q right now, and then he needs a W and an E. And then it's like, I don't know what they're doing, but it seems to be working, so I'm going to continue doing it. No, you read his spells. Like, I understand, like, his ult, you heal during his ult, and, like, it heals for double, but you can still take damage during it, and if the two don't add up, you die.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Seriously, that's Oracle. It's really weird.
It's a weird math where it's like you prevent...
You do double the heal while somebody is ulted, but they still take damage. If they take more damage than is healed, they die after the ult's over. If your heal overcame the damage they took, they live.
He'll be a hero that you'll see in the next year that will explode as someone that
probably. Well, he's in the pool now, so it's like it's something to be thought of. Like maybe somebody has some cheesy Oracle strat because there's this 8K Oracle player that's out there on YouTube because he's 8K fucking Oracle, and he's really good at everything else because he's 8K. But he does specialize in Oracle to a certain degree.
Like the Weed Man of Oracle?
Weed Man's only like 5K, dude.
But he's an Invoker.
He's an Invoker Pudge.
Arguably, I'd like to check in with old Weed Man.
I'm friends with him. I'm friends with him.
Yeah, he retweeted something we sent out a while back.
Yeah, he listens to the show.
I'd like to ask Weed Man right here now on Christmas Day. Weed Man, how do you like Invoker?
No, if you recall, we had a great interview with Weed Man.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah. And it's not his fault that it got lost.
It. You were like
It was the first big fuck up on .p where we had an interview.
No, we had a fuck up. We had a fuck up before that.
It was like,
but that was not as big.
If you've ever seen the newsroom,
if
you've ever seen the newsroom on HBO when they get in a big fight, like that's what it was like, kind of. Except not as clever as Aaron Sorkin's writing whatsoever.
No.
But everyone was mad because this dumb just. Oops.
Well, it just came to a point where. I think I only recorded. I didn't record his, or I only recorded his.
No,
track.
you only recorded us.
Oh, and I didn't record his.
We didn't
track.
record him.
So we were like, Weed Man, you're so funny and clever and charming, and then it would just be silence. You know what I mean? And it was unfortunate.
We were like,
for sure.
all right, doing it professional life.
Yeah. So, but then Weed Man only came back on for around 10 minutes because he's like. He's just giving one-word responses for anybody that hasn't heard the story.
And we were like, we heard him clicking.
And we're trying so hard. We're trying harder than Slacks did at TI5 to get to Sumail to talk, dude. Or not at TI5. It felt like it, though, Summit 4, when he was doing the interviews.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Slacks was just like, dude, literally, I have a $100 bill. Oh, no, you're not interested in money. I forgot. I have, like, I don't know, like, secret notes on Storm Spirit. Will you just please talk to me? And he was just like, I bury myself in hoodie. Like, I don't know.
Are you sure it wasn't a bit?
Maybe,
being Slacks.
It wasn't a bit. It wasn't.
It was a neck pillow, boys.
But Slacks was a warrior through those interviews. And
Anyway,
he did a great job.
The Weed Man thing was pretty funny.
We did call back, but he was playing a game.
Oh yeah,
as Invoker.
He called back. No, he's playing Pudge. And so we're just talking with him.
We didn't know he was playing.
We didn't know, and we are being
tryhards.
We were being tryhards. Super tryhard. We're like, so what do you think about the current state of Invoker in this meta affecting? I don't know, like probably
I think we were trying to ask
and he's like
in-depth Invoker questions.
He's like, Invoker, baby. And you'd just be like, what? That makes no sense and it's super close-ended. And then he's like, oh, fuck, I missed that hook. And we're like, are you fucking playing the game right now? And he's like, yeah, I am. And I'm like, fucking hang up. Like, I don't know. Like, fuck, man.
But like, that's the anthology of Weed Man. Weed Man, what do you think of Invoker, man? Let's hear about it sometime.
I'm sure he's pleased. Invoker seems to be
Invoker
stronger.
is the curse, as I like to look at him. I'm starting to see so many Invokers, and it's not even... Okay, I'm going to go on a soapbox for a second. I don't think it is skillful to go Q, 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 invoke, and then use it on somebody, and then hit them, okay? Or I don't think it is super skillful to go WWE, and then have Alacrity on you, and just nuke a dude down. Okay, like instantly. Like there's some very easy combinations with Invoker that allow him to be really, really strong. What I liked about Invoker before and why I thought he was such a cool hero, I think he's less cool now. Why I thought he was such a cool hero is to be a good Invoker, you had to make sure you had 2 spells up and you had another spell lined up, ready to be invoked, to be used in tandem, so 3 spells at once. And some good people with Ags would do like 4 spells, you know what I mean? Just they would be so fast with everything. And that's why it made Invoker like, wow, that's interesting to watch. That's really cool to see. And now it's like, I have Sunstrike and Cold Snap, and I'm going to use them all the fucking time, and I'm just walking around, ultra kill, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, really?
Roland thinks that we should do Gank Squad with
Invoker. I think Invoker
With
would be really
Invoker-
cool because I
Invoker
could cold
AA.
snap. And the right clicks, we would just right click the dude down and be like, and then be frozen, dude. It would be
Okay.
sweet.
I don't think so. Not for my games, please.
Gank Squad with Invoker. Play Invoker
He
like a
needs levels, dude.
we get levels. We
We do get levels, but we are leveling.
That's why
We're
he
still
goes
leveling.
mid.
My cold
slower.
snap
We're
will still
still
get better.
leveling like supports.
I
He's
don't
not
know.
a support. He's like a 2 or 3.
He could be. I feel like he could be. I feel like he would be useful. I feel like he has enough useful things. And eventually, you want your supports to get stronger. His curve only goes up as far as stronger in team fight for a support. Because he only gets more spells doing better things.
I'd rather see someone else. I'd rather see like a Tide or something.
Well,
that
you-
could
that-
have guaranteed like.
Invoker doesn't have to be played that way is the thing. Like, he could work. I've been noticing all sorts of weird
to
things
quote
working.
No Tail, he said that anything can work in Dota.
Yeah.
It's true. Like I think that could work. I just don't think it would be as efficient at our level with like. It would be more efficient.
I could
with
cold
someone
snap and
else.
Tornado and make the fuck sure they
So you
Tornado.
just like
Cold
pull
feet.
and stack.
Yeah, that they get cold.
And then
killed
the
feet.
other would be a dedicated 5 or something.
I would just be wherever there was a problem in lane, and I would make sure we got kills by cold snapping bitches and tornadoing
You
bitches.
just pitch Batman to me. You're just like wherever there's injustice.
Well, that's how. That's
I
what
will
we're
be
doing
there.
with.
Well, that is
Earthshaker
what we're
AA.
doing with our Shaker AA.
We only go where there's a problem. If there's a red thing on the map, we go to the red thing and we make sure it's a green thing and it's good. And then there's another red thing and we go there and make sure that green thing's good.
we play fire.
We put out
fires.
fires. Yeah.
Yeah.
We put out fires. That's all we do.
Yeah.
And I think Invoker,
Which is why
could
everybody
put out
gets all
fires.
freaked out. Like, well, even you, like initially, you're like, well, you got to be in lane with me. It's like, dude, we'll be there.
Like if there's
Like,
a
if
problem,
you're not farming-
if there's a problem,
If you're not farming,
we're
we'll be there.
And
Okay?
as
Just
Invoker,
relax.
I can be there from far away. Maybe if you're like, dude, he's low. Sunstrike.
Like, I think people
bitch.
misunderstand what we say when we say we're going to be roaming. Like I
Like,
think
we're-
everybody thinks we're going to be like just running laps in the
Abandoned.
jungle.
Dude, Dota Buff says like top mid bot or mid
Sometimes
bot
I look at you guys though, and you're like mid lane, and I'm like getting
because mid lane.
because
needed
mid
us.
lane
No, I'm
needed it
getting
more.
Fucked by 3 guys. And
Go
it's
back
like,
behind the tower and we'll be right there, bro. You just
Relax.
gotta call for room service
Just
and
relax, because all that farm you're
Yeah.
missing, you'll get when we come give you
Yeah.
a free kill.
wait. Yeah, just go back, chill, bro. We'll bring
So
you.
you guys
help.
are like bad boys.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're like
I'm
you're like
the
Will
Will Smith.
I'm
He's
Will
Martin
Smith.
Lawrence.
I was gonna say I was Will Smith. I'll be
So you're
Martin Lawrence.
No,
I'm
he's
Martin
definitely
Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you're
Martin
Martin
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, there's no question. 125% Martin Lawrence.
Yeah. Okay. I'm Martin.
Who would
I'm
I be
Martin.
though? Like
No one, because you're not involved in this story.
I would be Uncle.
Because we're Gang Squad.
I'd be
It's
Uncle
only the
Phil.
bad
I'd
boys.
be Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Where you're just like, come here, boys. You need to get back to lane, boys. And we're just like,
Did you ever watch Fresh Prince? Not what he sounds like at all. He's a judge.
Yeah, he's
I
a
did.
fucking
which is the
awesome,
worst.
awesome hero of American TV culture.
Yeah, he really is.
I'm glad we could go there on this lovely Christmas.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
let us sing a carol. Home by
But yeah, so that's a Gang Squad. I mean, I'm down to experiment, and at this point,
you
like,
label it like it's Best Buy's Geek Squad or something.
That's because what it is. You gotta wait for us to
House
get there to
service.
fix the computer. Okay, you can't just try to fix it yourself.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's You
And
should
if
look
it's
at us like
broken,
Geek
you
Squad.
shouldn't. If it's broken, you shouldn't be using
You
it.
shouldn't be touching it. Don't
So
touch it.
if
It's
your lane's
broken.
broken, don't farm it. Back up.
Let us
Like, don't
get
get
there.
killed. Just stay alive. Get XP.
Put out an alert.
Relax.
Put out an alert, and we'll come there. We go to every beacon, dude. But sometimes people don't call out beacons, and that makes Gang Squad not Gang Squad.
There's an idea there. What if you could put a reoccurring ping type
Oh,
status
no.
on?
You
No,
don't
you
you do
get so
not
much abuse
unleash
out of
that
that.
to the immature scene of Dota 2. There would be multiple. The whole map
No,
would be
it
pinged.
just-
I want you to
Flashes
think about
suddenly.
every
It-
Wookiee you've ever played
It
with.
flashes subtly, and it says just needs help on the inside.
They would be abused.
Yeah, it'd be everywhere.
Even them letting draw people on the map, I feel like is maybe
Each person
too much.
can only have one up at a time, though.
No, because it'll just
It'd
be
just
up
be
constantly.
super
There'd be like
confusing.
3 of them up
And
simultaneously.
people would use
some
them
games.
wrong, and there would be like help, and I'd go mid lane and be like, "Why?" And he'd be like, "Oh, I died." And it would be like, "Oh, I should have better game sense. That's why I'm 2K. I should have known that instead of going to your help, help sign."
I don't know.
But that's what would happen.
I, for one, welcome our Ice Frog Overlord. P.S. That was who was it the special guest star. He called in.
Yeah, the real thing is LD was overshadowed by Ice Frog, who called into that intro.
Not to be overdone, Ice Frog showed up.
Yeah, he showed up in style. He only had a few lines. He didn't want to take the stage. Yeah. But I think he did, honestly. I think Ice Frog did take the stage.
So our heroes, LD and Ice Frog, pretty much.
Pretty much.
I don't know, yeah, are you liking the patch?
I'm not very good at it, but yeah. It's fun.
I got wrecked by a Doom that I've never seen anything like it. It was fucking crazy. The way he used his E in conjunction with
What
Doom.
is the E again? Remind me.
The E, so I haven't played him
since.
I haven't played him in 686 either, but I know roughly what it does. And I'll give a rough explanation of what I think it does. It's like it has a chance to stop you, mini stun you when you hit it. Okay, and it probably does like extra damage. Because what he would do is he'd Doom me, hit on Scorched Earth, which is still fucking great. Scorched Earth. And then
of course it is.
Mini stun me, which I think is his E. Is like a mini stun, maybe extra damage or something like that. Anyway, it makes a loud sound and is scary. And it killed me many, many times. I tried my best on Storm Spirit, and I could not take this Doom out. I would zip on him from forever away, and I'd dust him, and he'd like have a creep that like took dust off. No, not really, but like I think that might be possible. Anyway, he fucking was crazy. Like I could not kill him.
I'm gonna. Sorry, I'm trying to look it up. Yeah, I wanted to see what it did. I haven't played him since the patch update.
Yeah, I mean it's been read. People, I just don't personally know it 100% because I haven't played him yet. Because I played him in 685 when I really wanted to win.
Check out our patch notes with Korean barbecue.
Yeah, another good plug.
Yeah, for real.
I'm almost to it.
He's slow as fuck in real life too. There used to be a thing called, I'll call it Cyphus time or Denny time, where that's what At Some Juncture came from, by the way. At Some Juncture was Denny's or Cyphus's like go-to line to like, I'll be there anytime from now to 5 hours from now.
Or never at all.
Or never at all. Or never at all.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, and that was, I'll be there at some juncture. At some juncture, I'll make it there. And it was like, okay, so I might not see you.
I didn't know when. Yeah, I'll get there. All right, like
at some juncture, you will.
You'll be fine until I get there.
And so he would be like, he was a some junctioner.
Infernal Blade, passive autocast attack ability, mini stuns for 0.3 seconds and applies a 4-second burn that deals 40 plus 1.25, 25, 375, 5% max HP as damage.
Well, it was fucking me up, and obviously I knew it stunned because I was getting stunned by it.
So it's kind of like
he's
Janata.
removed currently from captains, right?
Yeah. They took him out, like, because he is like.
I don't know how it's gonna work.
He was fucking vicious, just a fucking vicious Doom. That I had a bad game on Storm Spirit, but I recovered and I got a Lincoln Sphere because Doom was fucking me up. Like everywhere I went, there was Doom, and I was doomed, and I was dead. Like, that was me as Storm Spirit. And so I'm like, okay, I have my Bloodstone. Granted, it has fucking 2 or 3 charges maybe if I'm lucky. I need a Lincoln Sphere.
Actually, wow. Now that I think about it, that actually is a big nerf to Doom.
Yeah.
Because level death was your way to pop Lincolns.
It was your way to pop Lincolns. He can't. So now I got Lincoln Sphere.
Did not even think about
and I
that.
started to recover, but he just ate my team and the map, like literally, like the whole map just like stuffed into his face.
Infernal Blade won't pop Lincoln?
No, it's a passive.
Because you got to be able to target. It's like Janata.
Yeah, it works like Janata. It has a cooldown.
Interesting. That is an interesting nerf.
So I was like, God damn it. Built Bloodstone first because that's what I've done 85 million times of my 85 million times I've played Storm Spirit. And I should have gone Lincoln Sphere first, and I think I could have got that Bloodstone pretty quickly. And it fucked me. Because I didn't snowball with it. Because
and is almost kind of a game where you might have been benefited by going Orchid first.
Orchid is like, I stop Doom for 4 seconds, but if I don't kill him, I'm doomed. That's why I go Lincoln Sphere.
You get Lincoln.
What's he gonna do?
First. Yeah. And I think they're giving you like a reverse butterfly with PA type scenario where they're like, okay, you can get Lincolns up early and he can't just pop on you and doom you out of the blue, or you don't get that and you risk just being able to be hunted down by his dooms.
Yeah.
And so they're giving players a choice there,
and I guess
I like.
At the same time too, it kind of Doom. Maybe it makes him prioritize.
He wasted it multiple times, which hurt
my
soul. Because dude, I have a Lincoln Sphere. Like,
Yeah.
don't do it more than once. You have one time that you can fuck up on that, and then never fuck up on that again. And
But
make
I
sure
mean, of course, easier said than done.
But he just kept dooming me, dooming me, and it would be a waste, and it would be awesome. And I was like, okay. But then they also had a fucking Legion Commander, which I have some words on Legion Commander.
So you'd be like laughing.
Don't like the hero.
Laughing as you ran away and you get caught in a duel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Situations similar to that, yes. And then they had stun, so there were a bunch of things that could break my Lincolns where a big spell would get off on me. Which I then I went for Orchid and I had a plan. And like I'm Storm. Like I have a really high win rate with this hero. Like I feel like I can really carry a game, especially if I have Bloodstone and Lincolns. Like I have enough mana regeneration that I can outmaneuver them. But no, this Doom was way too tanky. If they're too if I can't kill him, if I can't just zip from Fountain and kill a dude. Even if I hit him, like, it's not going to kill him.
If he's snowballing a bit from
There's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
He's very good just with an aura build.
Yeah.
And he was before as well. Like,
well, I think
he went Radiance. He went Radiance.
Really?
All that
yes,
shit.
but he got it quick. He went Midas Radiance, and he got it really quick. So the mischance was also there.
Yeah.
And he was, like, he took our team to take him down. Because he got that really, really quickly.
He was just a monster.
He was a fucking Frankenstein, dude. And I couldn't fucking kill him, but so I started avoiding him. But no, avoiding him just meant going exactly where he was, dude. Because it was like, okay, Doom's down bot. I'm gonna zip farm top. Doom's there. I'm doomed. I'm dead. And it's like, fucking gotta get a Lincoln Sphere. And I'm like, I'm going jungle. I'm gonna bring sentry wards.
And
I'm gonna put
he's just there.
Doom's fucking there. And with the fucking...
Like a Frankenstein creature and you're its dad. It's just like,
he hunted me, dude. Like, I was his fucking, like, primal enemy. And he was gonna kill me. Yeah. And he was successful. And he really stopped...
Did you win that game?
No, I lost the fuck out of that game. The first loss of Storm Spirit in 686.
Can I say who I've been getting a ton of success with? Tusk Arena, dude.
Yeah.
Just because so many times people take a step up and you just ice wall them in, and then you have Snowball and they can't attack you, and then you get your team to come, you stun, and then...
And you can just wait forever on Snowball, too. You're like, hey, dude, I'll be here for, like, the next 3 minutes, so you can stay here, and you are going to get stunned.
And then
or you can try and run from
as he
this.
turns, you roll up on him, and you have a teammate, and you just set up kills.
I thought they were going to nerf that. I thought that was the nerf for Tusk, was to make his...
It got minorly nerfed.
Oh, barely.
Did it?
Yeah,
barely.
it did.
Oh, really?
So it doesn't pull units out of Chronosphere, was one of them.
No, I'm talking the duration of you can just idly snowball. That should have been nerfed. The idle snowball.
You can't idle snowball.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
I just meant snowball.
Yes, you can,
You need
too.
a target.
You target somebody, and then you don't press W.
Yeah.
And you just sit there
That's
rolling.
not really idle. You still need a target.
You're invulnerable to everything,
Yeah, that's true.
and you decide when you go.
It should have a health meter.
No,
so the only
no,
change
'cause then you make
is...
Like
like
a Phoenix egg.
You
Only
can't
changes
stun
the
it, but you
snowball.
can hit it like 4 times.
Yeah.
And then
That-
it kills everything inside. That would be a great way to nerf Tusk.
Not kill everyone inside.
Or
stun.
kill or something. Yeah.
Falls out and stuns. and
Stuns
then,
everybody.
like, they're
That
a
would be
little-
cool. Yeah, that actually would be an... Hey, Ice Frog.
And you'd go...
Hey, Ice Frog.
go
We,
like this.
we have ideas around
You'd
here.
go like this and go, Icebreaker.
You know, who was really... He kept punching me in the arm? Terracotta. Terracotta did a great Tusk, and I have the clips... from TI5
he
where he
was
was
a good
like,
Tusk.
oh, this punch, because he had a big, like, sock 'em bop 'em on, and I was like, hey, Terracotta, punch me as hard as you can, and he's like, dude, are you sure? And he's like a fucking buff dude, like, he makes hero sets and he works out, dude, like, he's like, monster of a human, and I was like, sock 'em bop 'em me as hard as you fucking can, dude, and he's like, oh, this punch, and bam, he knocked
The thing
me
with
back,
a good
dude.
Tusk impersonation is you need, like, 1/2 Count Chocula and, like, 1/2 Jamaican. And then you got it, like,
You need to end everything with an A like women do. I'm so sad. I
That's not all
fucking
women.
hate
That's
that.
not all women.
Not all
That's
women.
what Audrey does. This is bullshit. It's just like, what the fuck is the A after everything? I'm so sick of it. And it's just like, stop it.
You know what I hear?
What? What do you hear?
I feel like the response to that
So
question
Wazoo
could be a
lives
lot
with
of
Audrey.
things.
Wazoo also lives with us. He lives in the basement. What do you hear? Let's hear it. She's not gonna listen to the episode.
No, that's it. Silent. Because I'm single and it rules, dude. No, I hear, what? accept, decline, dude, and I go and click accept and play more.
Earlier today,
she's
I
good.
gotta tell you, I had this thought. I was thinking about how our winter has been so fucking terrible, and I was like, oh god, it's just paying us back for all the pussy winters we had before. And then I sat there and was thinking, I thought Pussy Winter would be a great autobiography title for Wazoo.
Pussy winter.
Explain your thoughts. I don't get it, I guess.
Well, you can find bonus .p content on it some other time.
If you don't get the joke, you don't get the joke. Pussy Winter,
It's like James Bond, but the exact opposite.
If James Bond were Pussy
You
Summer,
are wearing like all white right now. You kind of look like a
I
pussy.
can't believe
winter,
I can't believe I have to explain the jokes to Grandpa.
Even your headphones are white.
I look like poor Steve Jobs, dude.
People are calling me Grandpa Roland.
Yeah, well,
And last night I definitely was a grandpa. If I would have slept 2 more hours and woke up I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, get myself a cup of coffee, have a 11 a.m. nap because the day's almost done, and then and back in bed by 5:30. No, I'm not that way, but my sleep schedules have been so fucked because I've just been playing Arc Warden, and I'm just making deals with myself.
Maybe you have a clone of you that's sleeping, and you're the one that's.
But he
playing.
only works for 20 seconds, dude. It sucks.
Well, if you convert that into, he would actually work for like a game's length.
He would work for 20 minutes of a 50-minute game, and so I'd have to make sure I had enough of an impact.
Well, that's why you always pause and run inside and go, babe, babe.
I don't ever do that.
Yeah, isn't that what you do?
I don't pause.
I'm
never
down in the
paused.
basement, so you always.
My
pause.
pauses are never due to Audrey. I don't she
I'm saying your pauses are due to you have to go resummon your ult. Your set.
My set.
Run outside.
Wow, another
joke.
Another one that just flew right over
everything's
my
gonna
head.
have to be
Well,
explained to you.
Try Hard Tuesdays is an intelligence show built for an intelligent
You want to
audience.
tune into something
You
worthwhile.
guys are like the idiocracy, like Gatorade. Like that's
It has
your taping
electrolytes, I think, is the
on
idiocracy.
Monday. Like that's
thing.
why the beginning, the
That movie's idea was so cool, by the way, Idiocracy, but it was just so cheesy. It was a really
I
great
never saw
idea,
it.
but it was just and no, some people swear by the movie. I still enjoyed it, but it just was so fucking cheesy. But the idea was so solid. It was I think
Luke
they could have done
Wilson's
better.
acting is like,
It's I don't know. It's
that's how I feel every time I see him act. He's just like, what am I? No, I'm not gonna do Owen Wilson because Owen Wilson's like, what am I supposed to do here?
it's pretty close.
But Luke Wilson's like, I'm just a normal guy,
Yeah.
and he never acts really. It's never really good.
Mm,
Unless he's in a Wes Anderson movie and he's like, I'm ironic, but that's really
yeah,
who
I
he
know.
is.
Yeah.
So it works in a weird way.
Dude, Wes Anderson is buying out antique stores everywhere, dude. Because he's okay, the camera's gonna stay here, and there's gonna be 5,000 ornaments, kind of like a Christmas tree, but set up exactly in my way. It's gonna take me and then we're gonna cut to another scene.
That's
with
what you call
5,000
an
other
auteur,
different.
though.
It's just I
haven't seen every Wes Anderson film, but
I think I
the
have.
the ones I have seen, I've
Fantastic
thoroughly
Mr.
enjoyed.
Fox was awesome. The Grand Budapest Hotel was awesome. I hated Darjeeling Limited.
Fuck you.
Which
Yeah, I completely
that
agree with
hurts
you, too.
Wazoo's opinion. I've seen it 3 times. and
It
I've-
hurts my opinion, though.
It hurts your
'cause
feelings.
Fuck you. It's a movie about brothers going on an adventure together.
I just didn't
on
like
a
it.
train through India.
It was just flat. It was as flat as the train rails,
because
dude.
your empathy is flat.
I just
No, because I'm like you. Whenever anybody says to me that they did not like it, my immediate response to them was, "Oh well, I guess you don't have a brother."
With Roland, it's like, oh, I guess you don't have a brother. He's like, no, I don't.
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
No, it's just I don't know. I've loved some other Wes Anderson films, like The Life Aquatic. I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, that is.
It was
great.
Bill Murray.
I dude. I love Bill Murray.
It was that movie was like Instagram or something.
Have you
before
seen
Instagram?
the Bill Murray Christmas special
the
on Netflix?
Very Murray Christmas. No, but I've laughed several times just because he's you look at him and it makes you want to laugh. Have you guys heard the stories of him leaving, him showing up in a shitty car in the middle of Tennessee at some liquor store? He's driving some shitty 1991 Honda Civic. Okay, pretty it's a car. It works. Going up, getting a 5th of absinthe. I read this story online. Putting it on the counter with a 20 and saying, "You'll never believe me." and walking out.
No,
and
he
getting
said
back.
No.
They'll
You
never
could-
believe you.
Yeah, they'll never believe
Or
you.
they'll never believe
The
you.
story originates with him. That, or at least
Okay,
to
so
my
you know much
knowledge,
more, I'm glad.
I
that
have
story
one, too.
originates with him walking up to somebody at like a mall food court or a fast food restaurant and taking like a handful of fries and popping them in his mouth and eating it and looking at them while he does it, and then says to them, "Nobody will ever believe you."
And I've heard this one of him walking up to people at like malls and public places and putting his hands over their eyes, and then when they turn around, he says, "No one will ever believe you," and he walks away.
I wonder how many times he's done it
you
for
know.
all these rumors to be circling.
Yeah, at this point, it's probably just urban legend.
He probably does that on weekends and shit. It's just like,
I would do that kind of stuff if I were Bill Murray.
That's
That would be the
fucking
fun. That'd be
awesome.
some of the most fun shit you could do.
Yeah, dude.
So we had to mention Bill Murray for Christmas, guys.
Yeah.
I
very
I want
Merry
to see that
Christmas.
though. I want to see that.
I want to say one thing,
Yeah, me
guys. It's
too.
been a great year with everybody involved, so that's why we mainly wanted to put out this content.
Yeah, 2015 did crazy things not only for like me, but for DotP. Like, look how much we grew from January. It was me and Denny.
Yeah.
Wazoo wasn't on the show at this point. He was for like Postmaster and he was for the Christmas episode, but his school was intense.
Oh, I wanted to do one of those today. Postmaster Watson.
Yeah, we were gonna do.
Postmaster Wazoo. He brings the hate mail. What
Well,
was
New
the
Year's is
hate
next
mail?
week.
What was the hate mail? Because I know it was about me because you guys were laughing about some joke when I was like, "You guys need to shut up." Because I had
Oh
headphones on.
no! We were gonna. We had a new sketch idea.
Oh, okay.
Where
What's the sketch idea? Let's hear it.
I don't know. It was something
it was
about how you suck.
Yoda telling you that he couldn't train you to be a Dota 2 Jedi because feeds too much. He does.
Feeds too much. He does.
Too old to complete the training. Feeds too much.
Too much. He feeds.
That's what we both said when we looked at each other. Too much he feeds.
Too much. He feeds. I will not accept him.
But I'll make it to 4K. So, Merry Christmas to my middle fingers.
You'll make it to 4K. Like I'll get peace in life, dude.
Like your kid will be leaving for college, and you'll just be like, "Farewell, Matthew." And he'll leave, and then I'll be like, 4K, yes. 18 years from now.
Yeah, dude. At this rate,
Not that he's having a kid. I don't know. Maybe the kid.
it would be. I need to
tomorrow.
install that tracker because I'm pretty sure I've had probably 150 to 200 like ranked games pretty much in a row where I've literally listed or existed within a limit of like 2K and 2375. Like it is a limit, dude. It is like I'm calibrated like within that 200 MMR, and I'm just trying to get better.
You would be
in
like the type of
spamming
peasant that just
Starsphere.
like moves stones and stuff and stacks it on top of things.
I can be a good support. Like I think I understand the game. I understand a lot of the interactions. I can support well. I'm just like my execution is like I think it's just poor decision making. Honestly, I have poor decision making in real life, and I think I have poor decision making in the game. So
You have risk taking.
Yeah.
You do. You're
eventually,
a
I'm
risk
just gonna be really good, and I'm gonna be known
With
like for
Ogre-
being aggressive. But it always works for Roland.
I think
That's the only person
you
aggression
see,
always works for.
What you see when you play Ogre
why I
is a
love Arc.
slot machine with a cannon.
Yeah. Oh
And
no! I know
you're
it's the
just like-
slot machine
you see
element that
enough-
draws you to that character.
You see enough that like a 3-cast will kill a hero, and he'll run up and
Maybe
and
this will be the
1-cast.
one.
Yeah, and it never is, and then he just gets
my
destroyed.
ogre jungle dude is crazy. It's off the hook.
Yeah, I will say that ogre jungle is pretty fucking cool.
It's still working for me. I won a game in my all-nighter last night as ogre where it was Ags, it was Greaves, it was maybe even more than that. I'm not sure. Blink Dagger, and it was over, dude. I was
yeah, it has been impressive to watch this.
I was a
I
mean
will
machine
say.
for sure. I multicast. I don't know. I was thinking about getting Moon Shard and just hitting really fast, but anyway, it was really fun. And I stayed up all night.
We talked about your ogre jungle on Monday show.
You did ask the question though that I think we should answer is what are our plans for today? What are we doing?
Oh, yeah, for
what are we
Christmas.
doing right now?
Oh yeah. Well,
what are we all
while
doing
everybody's
right
listening
now?
to this?
Yeah, what are we all doing right now? What? Wazoo needs to pee. I'm sorry, Wazoo. No,
You look over,
those guys sat there for 5 hours. You can stay here until the show ends.
Just go pee. We'll keep record. We'll talk while you're out there. What are you doing tomorrow?
Okay,
Just go outside. Pee right there. Nobody's
it's
outside.
called a
It's
nature
late.
pee. It's a nature pee. We own 400 acres. There's no one around. Don't worry. There's no eyes
No,
around.
this will be hilarious if this is how he becomes a sex offender.
On-air sex offender, huh?
We haven't recorded
No, I was
that
just
moment.
being outside.
It was late. Nobody was up. All right, what are you doing tomorrow?
So a lot, man. Like, it's late. I'm not tired because I slept until like the second I got home from that breakfast that I had to go to at 9:00.
You passed out.
Fucking just crashed out.
Well, and then woke
forever.
up to me calling you.
Woke up to you calling me like a madman, and then because it was like we need to record this fucking Christmas episode, and then woke up. And here I am at 11:25, and all I can think about is playing some fucking Dota. But I have to wake up once again at like 7 and go over to Audrey's parents' house where they have such a jolly Christmas. And I'm gonna have a jolly Christmas with them.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Like, I
You know
really
what?
shouldn't bitch too much. They're really cool people.
I'm gonna do a little Christmas bitching. You know what I've had to put up with?
What?
How the wrapping paper has to be pretty.
Yeah, that fucking
Wrapping
sucks.
paper has to be pretty,
Yeah, it
and there
does.
have to be pretty bows
Why
on
are
them,
you involved in
and there
that?
have to be feathers.
Why in the fuck are you involved
Because
in
you
that?
have to help.
No, I don't.
Oh, I gotta help.
Audrey does not require me to do such a task.
You know what I hear when I need to help my significant other wrap presents?
I just have to do the dishes. That's my chore.
that?
Nothing. Thanks for like
Because
advertising.
of the pussy winter.
Thanks for advertising my fucking.
Oh, it's been a long time.
Only 30 minutes now. Only 30 minutes.
Hey,
now
thanks
you
for
get the joke.
advertising my nature piss to the entire audience. By the way,
Yeah, it'll be fine.
like
bro.
I was like trying to play it down. I was like, and you're like, "Oh, what are you doing? What
Well,
are you
it was
doing?"
the weird moment for me because I looked over and you were just pointing at your crotch.
Or the dark
Telling
times
me
of
one of
pussy,
two things.
You know,
The
the dark ages.
Yeah, I have to put up with pretty Christmas.
You know,
pretty Christmas wrapping.
I make it like Jon Snow, how he's in a terrible pussy winter, and he goes down and he like fighting all sorts of things. Like he gets captured at one point, and he's like, "Fuck, I might die out here in this shitty place." And then he meets Ygritte, dude.
Ingrid.
And they do it in a cave when it's
And
like,
it's fucking magical for everybody involved, even the viewers, dude.
so, bring on the worst winter, man. Bring it on, dude.
Just
That's
waiting
what I
for your
said.
regret. Yeah.
That's what I say to all that.
And
Hey,
what-
when Game of Thrones gets going, we should do some.
Did you see that
Game
Jon
of Thrones
Snow's the cover
episodes.
of Game of
Yeah,
Thrones?
dude, I sent that out to everybody.
And
right
sometimes
away.
a kid kills
They're owning
her.
it now.
A
Jon
kid
Snow's here.
kills her to
Yeah.
your eyes, and you're just like, "Fuck, you shitty kid! Like you've been so shitty this entire." Never mind. Spoiler alert. Anyway,
No, I think if you haven't seen, if you're not
If
caught
you
up on
haven't-
Game of
if you're not
Thrones,
caught up on
shame
Game
on
of
you.
Thrones, these aren't going to make sense to you anyway. You
Yeah.
won't get it.
it's all been a dream.
But they're
Neuralized.
they're owning Jon Snow. Like they're owning it now. Too many people have like snapped photos of him on the set, have seen him in the
Maybe
cities
it's a
where they're filming.
flashback. Like
Well, Kit Harington just has like
Ned Stark's memory comes back, and he's like, "I'm worried about
I think
how
we're
I
gonna-
treated you, Jon Snow."
I think we're gonna see Ned again.
really.
Yeah, I think they're in a flashback. I think that they're gonna. It sounds like what they're gonna do is flashback to
Why can't
like
Jon
tell
Snow
the
be
tell
in
the
that?
story of Jon's lineage,
Okay.
who his parents really are.
Are we going to see Rhaegar Targaryen?
I think we're gonna see Rhaegar.
Targaryen.
Targaryen. The Targaryen guy with the dragon.
How
Yeah.
about Jockey
I think we're gonna see Rhaegar.
We're going to see the Mad King.
You
That's
might
Rhaegar.
see the Mad King as well. Yeah, you
Who
might.
isn't Mad King the?
Mad King was the
Rhaegar.
dad
Oh,
of Rhaegar. Rhaegar was the son, I believe.
I
The
think
one who
you're-
Jamie killed.
We'd have to go look at the
I
fucking
think
family
you're wrong.
tree.
I think he was the Mad King, and then
Is
Rhaegar the
Jamie
Mad King?
killed him.
I just gotta say that you should not watch Game of Thrones if you're under the age of 18. There's some weird, there's some weird doing it on coffin scenes that you just don't need to think about. If
Yeah,
you're
there are some weird.
Yeah. No, you probably.
You know
shouldn't
who
let
gets
kids
me the
watch
most is the bridge guy. I need my daughters. I need to sell my daughters off.
Yeah.
The guy who owns the bridge. The
Frey?
The Frey.
That. Oh, Walter Frey.
Yeah.
Red
Oh, yeah.
Wedding.
Oh yeah, that dude's got to go.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've got another one lined up. And
Yeah,
you're like,
and he's like, like that's the most explicit content is looking at him, dude, and you're just like, oh, Walter Frey's a grody guy. You know?
well, now that we've filled you with great Christmas thoughts,
Yes.
Bill Murray, remember that? We,
Yeah, remember we did talk about Bill Murray.
Yeah, a
made
very
fun
Merry
of-
Christmas
we made
to all
fun
of you.
of Roland
So fuck it.
long.
Tomorrow we're all doing Christmas shit. I think that's. What
Oh,
we get
I
out
didn't
of
get
that.
to say what I was gonna do. I'm gonna sleep as late as I can.
No, you're not. You're coming with us tomorrow at 9 a.m. And
Dude.
you didn't get your present tonight, so you have to.
Why did you do that? Fucking Spice Girls face to me, dude.
You have to.
You have to do that.
So I married into this family, and now Andrew's come with me, and he has to deal with it now too. Yep, you're coming, dude. You got to come to Christmas morning at
I
Audrey's
slept on a
parents'.
couch when they got married. That like they had like 6 fucking dogs for some reason in the house, and they just come running through at 3 a.m. and like shove their nose up into my ear, and they're like. Like all fucking night, and I'm just like, oh my god. And then some would just climb and put their like top body on top of me, like I was theirs, and they're just like, this is mine, and it's just like, fuck
It's
off.
because her dogs, they just get away with like Willow just this big dog
I
that just
saw
gets
this
up on the
fucking
counter.
misbehaved little like tramp
It's a little shit. It
Grab
was like
a
$4,500 for this
Oh my
dog.
God.
grab a whole fucking loaf of bread and just take it down and
Just start tearing. It was in the bag,
Like
just
nice
tearing it
bread.
and then eating the bread outside of it, dude.
And everybody's cool with it?
And Xena has a Coke can filled with change that she shakes.
My sister-in-law's grandfather has like some serious medical condition. He's like, not in my house.
And he's
not
like,
my house.
that dog. See, I love animals, but that dog is gonna get a stern talking to if he keeps doing that. It's like,
Look, maybe we got to up the ante.
he's a super
It
patient
was
guy.
awkward, and you know what my option was? Rather than getting dog snout in my ear every 2 hours, was go
Put the blanket over your head.
No, I did that, dude. And I just like poke my eye out, and I'd be like, I'd get my lips out, and I'd be like, fuck off. But they offered for me to sleep in the same room, just like on the floor in this little bunk bed with my sister-in-law's brother. And I was just like,
With your sister-in-law.
It's
Oh,
like-
your sister-in-law's brother?
Audrey's brother, Robert.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
cool guy, but like, no.
But you don't know each other. You're not like sleeping in the same room level.
No.
Yeah.
That's not what's happening. What's happening? Sorry, hold on. Technical difficulty. Fixing it now. Wazoo's fault for sure. God damn it, Andrew! It's your fault.
Hold
on,
working
just one
just
second.
fine for me. This is
We have a
a
technical difficulty. It's Christmas.
class act
Oh,
Christmas episode.
It might be Santa.
Merry Christmas. Okay. Ah! Ah!
terrible.
And
terrible
that's
pod.
how he became Swamp Thing.
All right, it's fixed.
Like potions explode all over your body.
We can't hear our headphones is the issue. Okay, so what happened was it was a trundle bed, okay? So there's a top bed and then a bed that pulls out. And Robert, Audrey's brother, was going to sleep on the top portion. And Andrew was going to sleep on the bottom trundle portion. Literally in the same bed. And he's met him like
I was
2 or 3 times.
very nice about it. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to take the option where I'm sleeping in my own confined space by myself. Because I tend to like...
They just love each other so much.
I
They
tend
just-
to not want to have people that close to me when I sleep.
And upon initially meeting them, well,
it
yeah,
was funny.
sure.
It was funny.
All right,
All right,
Where are we at?
let's say Merry Christmas to everybody in the
It's
world.
late.
Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays to every nation, to every one of y'all motherfuckers. It's Christmas.
Why do you turn into like
Time?
Slim Shady?
It's December 25th to
He's the
some
Martin
people.
Lawrence to my Will Smith.
That's true.
Yeah, I am Martin
right.
Lawrence.
Okay, we ready to close this out?
Yeah,
Are we good?
I'm like, excuse me. Do you have a moment? I'm Uncle Phil.
Yeah. Oh, Uncle Phil.
Oh, okay.
Uncle Phil's more like she didn't do what she should have done, which was marry him. She
What
waited
the
too long.
That's
Oh,
Dr.
man, I'm-
Phil.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
Dr. Phil. Yeah,
Speaking
that's
of
what I was
Dr.
going
Phil.
for,
What-
yeah.
Uncle Phil. My God, man. My God.
I thought you talked about Dr.
Dr. Phil giving him airtime on our fucking podcast.
The connection was Will Smith and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to his Uncle Phil, the character.
Uncle Phil's like, Will, just because you're black doesn't mean that life has to go a certain way.
Just because you got in that fight in the hood
I was thinking
Yeah.
like,
doesn't mean there's always trouble. in the
Exactly.
neighborhood.
They had like interesting race relations talk on that show. That's why I see that.
yeah, I was thinking Dr. Phil.
And it was a funny show.
Dr. Phil's like written 3 books and shit. The Dr. Phil's way.
All right, I feel it dying. It's late. Tomorrow's Christmas. We got to wake up early. I'm killing
not
it.
even tired.
Thanks everybody for tuning into the Christmas episode. We're gonna do this every year. I think I like just getting together with the 3 of us.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a good time, guys. Thanks for having me on to this special Christmas edition of .p.
It's become a tradition, and we have traditions now. That's cool.
Yeah, well, we have one full calendar year coming up under our belt here in a week.
Yeah, we do.
So that's kind of that's an accomplishment.
Yeah,
you know?
one full calendar year is cool. Yeah.
So and
It's
tremendous
okay.
growth from last year. This time we were looking at today. So thank you to everybody for tuning in. If you like the show, if you enjoy what we do, that's whether it's the Monday show, Try Hard Tuesdays, Wannabe Wednesdays, Theorycraft Thursdays,
Blank Fridays for whatever we feel like.
whatever we feel
Christmas
like.
time Fridays.
Fuck it Fridays.
Re-listen Saturdays.
Yeah.
Re-listen to old stuff Sundays. Try and catch up on the last week Mondays. Try and catch up on the last week Tuesdays.
Okay,
Yeah.
enough.
But if you enjoy the show, tell somebody. Let people know. You guys are our only source of advertising.
Sure.
So we appreciate all the help that we get from you guys. If you want to find us, we're at defenseofthepatients.com. You can download any of the shows there. You can find articles that we've been getting from folks like Raynessa.
Raynessa's
Right now,
killing it.
only Raynessa.
No, I'm writing an article. You wrote an article.
That's right. Well, I mean, from outside the
And
organization.
then I know that like Easy's gonna write one. I think Jagushi's gonna write one. Like,
Oh, cool.
They all should. They'd all be really talented for that.
there
there has
something
been
I've been meaning to
advertisement.
say. If you want to write an article for .p, write it. Send it to me. If you want pictures in it, send me the pictures.
we'll edit it.
Or
and-
just add links. I'll edit it, make it look good, and put your name by you. It would be cool to have an article section. It'd be cool for it, and it doesn't have to. There's no moderators. Like, of course, if you send me something and it's just obviously toxic, it's not going up there.
Right.
But if you just have an opinion about something, I'd love to start a discussion. And
That's what it's there for.
And it's not that you're not going to be upvoted. It's time relevant, so it's whoever sees it by the time it'll just get buried
the
eventually.
most recent article is the one that's on top. at
Yeah,
.p,
so it will get read, and people will have differing opinions.
Everyone has different thoughts on the game, so write, and we'd love to hear.
Well,
your
not
different
even just
opinions.
this game. I mean,
Yeah,
hell,
any game.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
you
gaming
wrote yours
related.
about Star Wars.
Yeah.
But let me plug Areno. Merry Christmas, .p community. You guys have been great. I like you guys a lot. You're good people. You can find me on the Try Hard Tuesday show and at
Shameless plug is what that is. That's a fucking shame.
You guys-
That's
you
the
guys-
time to do it. He's on the show.
Are you kidding me? You guys, your guys' schmooze is like 8. I can't break through the schmooze, and so I just have to take a little partition time and step off, and say you can find me at .p_Wazoo.
That's right.
And I will be writing articles as well, probably, but you guys should write articles as well, and also hashtag fuck you, Roland.
And you can find me. No.
At .p_show for the show
Yeah,
on
for the
Twitter.
show. Do that.
All right,
At
defenseofthepatients.com and check out the Amazon banner.
Defenseofthepatients.com has
He was
become
a rebel.
defense.
With little to no reason to even be in .p. So hardcore.
That's fucked up.
People didn't even understand how hardcore he was. Roland, coming this summer. I don't have any reason to stay in this town. I just got
Stay
married.
in this cast.
If nobody else is gonna feed, I'm gonna have to.
Dun, dun, dun.
The funny thing is, people still give me shit about boots, and that's more like a year and a half ago. There was a year and a half ago one episode.
it would be funny
On
if it
Bootsless
weren't still
Prophet.
relevant for the fact that like on half the time,
Joy Thief got a
you're playing-
screenshot of me with Dagon, and that's it in my inventory as Nature's Prophet, and I was just fucked forever.
Dude,
Speaking of, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Dagon Prophet next game I play,
oh god,
because the Iron Talent's got to be good for Nature's, right?
sure.
Why not?
But it wouldn't be if it were irrelevant. But it's always still relevant. You still have farm too good mode with boots.
Well, let's close out the show. You
I
can
have
find our
Fire Too Good
YouTube
mode.
at
with Divine Rapier.
.ptv1.
right.
.ptv or .ptv1?
.ptv1 for YouTube. .ptv for Twitch.
Go to Twitch. Yeah, Twitch is fun. It's pretty much always going.
It's pretty much always Roland feeding.
I have funny titles though, like Arc Roland, keep the cameras rolling. What's the name of one?
Yeah,
So,
you're really
somebody-
channeling your Martin Lawrence when you went for a rap career.
Yes. It was a near rhyme. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, let's say Merry Christmas. We're not going to say Happy New Year yet
We should
because you'll
say
have
it all.
shows coming
We should
before
say
then.
it all at once. So sharing that Christmas cheer with our
All
audience.
right. All right.
What?
One.
This is lame.
We're going-
Back on.
This is lame.
All at once, dude.
Why?
Just do it.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Merry
Merry Christmas
Christmas.
from .p.